Hey there, you guys. Woot woot. So we are live in here. We're going to be talking about creating awesome content that helps you guys get found. So glad that you guys are with me today. We're going to have some other tutors joining us. And I know that you guys want students from all over the world, but possibly have no idea how you can attract them. Now, in the past, a tutor was able to put up flyers, attend local events to get the word out there about their tutoring services. But if you're looking to attract students from all over the world, then what do you do if you feel lost in the information overload of the internet? I mean, lots of people don't even know where to begin. In fact, many well-intentioned tutors know that they should be posting content online, but when it comes down to it, they procrastinate, get stuck, feel overwhelmed, and just keep adding it to their list that turns into their oops, that didn't get done this week list. Why? Because it feels time-consuming. And you don't have a plan, and it feels like there is just so much to learn. And the worst part is, if you start researching it online, you find people all over the place that tell you how easy it is to go viral. But possibly you've tried it in the past and it seemed more like crickets, like no one responds. Or people share how you have to be on every kind of social media in order to get found, and that is like seriously impossible. So what do? Well, I am here today to kind of ease some of those fears, ease some of that stress, and hopefully inspire more confidence so that you guys can begin to get found by students from all over the world. Now, the first thing I want you guys to know is that you do not have to be present on everything in order to be found. Think about what your strengths are and how you can tap into them. And then think about after you do that, I want you guys to think about where your ideal clients are and find ways to be seen in those areas online. Now, I want to personally welcome those of you that are here. I see that our lovely Maria is in the house. Welcome, Maria. So good to see you. Always glad to have you joining us. And I would love to be able to have you guys share with me who you are, where you're from, and what you tutor. And we're going to dive right on into this content so that you can create awesome content that is going to get found. All right, so here we go, guys. Here we go. It's going to cooperate with me. Yes. So secret number 1 is to create content that taps into your strengths and get organized using a content calendar. So are you good at writing? Perhaps you're good at speaking, but hate the camera. Or maybe you love being on camera and love sharing your knowledge with other people. Or do you love taking pictures? What do all of these things have in common? Well, these are all ways that you can tap into your strengths. So if writing is your strength, then you're going to want to blog. If you love speaking, but you struggle with being seen, then you can become a podcaster. And perhaps you do feel like a strong speaker and don't mind being on camera. Then creating video content could be your thing. If you love taking pictures and editing them, then creating images for social media could be your thing. I know that in the beginning, it's hard to know what to create online. I mean, when I got started, I dabbled with video marketing. And during that time, I'd be able to create a video, upload it onto as many video sharing platforms as possible, and I would get seen online. And then people began sharing like how blogging was like the next new thing. And I felt fairly confident in my writing. I remember going through my master's and, since it was all writing, I actually got a 4.0. And I was like, wow, like writing could be my thing. It's a lot easier for me to share my knowledge through writing than it ever was taking like those darn multiple choice tests and those kinds of assessments. So I felt like blogging could be my thing, and I decided to blog every single day because I was part of a 30-day blogging challenge. And I decided to write a book, but in blog posts. So this would kind of kill 2 birds with one stone, right? I'd blog every day, and then after 30 days, I would turn those blog posts into a book. And then I would have the opportunity to get paid to get found. So I published my book, I spoke at conferences, I sold my book on Amazon, and I even gave presentations in schools. And all of these actions, they turned into income-producing actions that led me to getting found by the people that mattered most. And through my content, I was becoming an expert. And I'm not the only tutor that this has worked for. Suzanne Davis, that you're going to meet later, also created a ton of content through blogging and live streaming, and she's become an expert in the writing field. And today she's writing a book to help high school kids get scholarships to attend college. Now, I remember talking with Suzanne about a year ago, and she said, Joanne, I don't know how people have begun to see me as an expert, but it happened. I mean, people are calling her now and reaching out to her because she was consistent and persistent. And not everyone can be good at getting the word out there in their business using all of the platforms that are available today. But everyone can hone in on one special area and get good in that platform. And honestly, you know what, you guys, we all have the same 24 hours in any given day. But how we use those hours really can make a difference. So how much time do you spend on your phone scrolling aimlessly or watching TV or playing games? Or do you find yourself kind of going down that rabbit hole on social media when, you had 15 minutes and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, like what happened? Like 3 hours have gone by. We can cut down on wasted time when we have a plan. And the same goes for, you guys, all that negative talk that we tell ourselves. We say things like, oh, I write too slow, therefore I hate, writing blog posts, or, I'm not a natural born speaker, therefore I shouldn't do live videos. Now, if you take some time to rephrase all that negative self-talk into positive self-talk, you will reverse those trends, and you might even find a new content medium that's easy for you to produce. Imagine that. Now, one of the biggest roadblocks, you guys, to creating consistent content is not knowing what, where, or when, how often to post. A content calendar can help remove that guesswork and that, oh my gosh, what am I gonna post next feeling. Now, before you get hung up on your calendar, what it should look like, or finding the perfect app to make it look pretty, we're just going to brainstorm some ideas first. So just start with a brain dump of who are you creating content for? Because that is going to be the number one thing. What type of content or format do you want to create? What are some topic ideas? What are some promotional ideas? You're going to start one page at a time, either in a notebook or voice recorder, whatever format works best for you. And you're going to use this for a brainstorming session. Once you have gotten all of your ideas out of your head, look at the who page. Who's your target audience? What are their pain points? What do they need from you to make life better or easier? And, I'm sure that you've done maybe possibly market research before, but now it's time to kind of revisit your demographics and make any necessary adjustments. So you're going to keep organizing each of those other pages on your brainstorm list. Now, when it comes to formats and titles, you might discover that some topics lend themselves to video better than to writing, or vice versa. And that's perfectly fine. You'll have people who are following you who prefer one form of content over another. So creating multiple formats of content is going to win more people over. So keep your list of topics handy, but don't feel locked into that list. Now, in the next step, we're going to explore what kind of content your followers want from you. So many formats and topics may change based upon your research, and this list is simply a starting point. So secret number 2 is to create content that people want to share and respond and collaborate with other tutors with similar aspirations to you. All right, now before I go on to it, we've got a blurry screen. I'm so sorry, it keeps going blurry and then refreshing. Okay. Yes, we are talking about marketing, content marketing. It's kind of a bummer that it's coming off as blurry. You know what I'm going to do to take care of that? I'm just going to stop sharing this screen with you guys, and I'll add it back later on. So let's do that. Let's just show moi. Oh, that's so weird. It's kind of like popping up in different ways and doing different things. Crazy. All right, you guys. Well, oftentimes when people think about doing all of the work by themselves, this is the part of content creation that can become tedious for tutors. but you begin brainstorming with other tutors. You discover, the benefits pretty quickly. The most important payoff that you're going to come up with is lots of good ideas, and sometimes ideas that might even change the direction of what you were thinking of for your content. And this is a positive thing. But how do you make sure that you're creating content that people actually want? Well, we can create all types of content from dawn till dusk, but unless you really know what your audience wants, it's going to fall on deaf ears or blind eyes with no engagement. Your audience is looking for answers and advice that is relevant to their problems. Now, you want to provide an answer to their problem, and you'll have a new follower or a customer, client for life. So winging it is not an option at this step, right? You need to do some bona fide research to get answers about their problems and what they want or need, not what you think they need. So start with a social media audit. Look at the past 6+ months of posts or other content and see what has the highest engagement. Now, engagement includes likes, shares, or comments. Make a note of both the format and the topic, and then arrange this info into a spreadsheet so it's obvious which format and which topics are most popular. Now, if you're one of those who thinks that social media is a necessary evil, but you don't make it a priority, you won't have 6 months worth of posts to look at. You know what? You might discover that you have no engagement whatsoever from your profiles. This doesn't mean that you can't complete this audit. Instead, look at competitors' social media sites and take a note of what types of content and topics have worked well for others in your niche. You're not stealing trade secrets. You're simply observing what topics and formats have worked well on a public platform. So don't just guess at this. Figure out what your people want and then deliver it. Now, must-have number 1 for creating content based on what you discover in that social media search, you're going to choose 3 to 5 content buckets for your social media and content channels. Now, a content bucket is simply a group of similar topics that relate back to your main specialty. So for example, a master's content buckets might include study tips, test anxiety, client testimonials, and website apps. What subtopics fit within your general specialty? A reading tutor most likely wouldn't have movie reviews as part of their bucket because that has nothing to do with their business profile or branding image. Even if you love movies or work with those in the film industry, that topic should stick to your personal profile. Now we're going to put those content buckets into a spreadsheet or a mind map and start adding those brainstorming topics into the correct categories. Now, not every topic is going to fit into a bucket, so it's perfectly all right to delete those topics. You want to promote your expertise and build credibility, so make sure all your buckets are on point with your main message. How frequently will you publish to your blog, create a video, or podcast? To which social media platforms will you use? To your email list? Knowing which days of the weeks you'll have new content published takes away the guesswork for you and allows you to put in processes to get that copy produced well in advance of the deadline. Now, must-have number 2 for creating content includes adding SEO keywords and a meta description. If you're spending time creating high-quality content, you want people to see it. So optimize each blog post and video with pertinent keywords and a meta description. Then a meta description is that short summary of your content found in the search engines. You want to be accurate with your description, but also use compelling text so the reader can't help but click on the link to your content. Now, must-have number 3 includes a call to action. A call to action serves as the reader's next steps or the viewers if you're producing videos. So tell your audience what they should do next. More often than not, this call to action leads to an offer, either a freebie to grow your list or a paid offer, no matter if the offer is one of your products or something else or your services. You want to add this information to the content calendar for easy reference. All right, some other things that you want to be able to take into consideration. Secret number 3, get out of your regular environment to create content. So getting stuck and not knowing what to create is normal when we stay in the same environment. It is amazing how actually getting out of town can make a difference. Your brain begins to shift, you open up to new ideas, and you get to go to places that you never imagined. And in just a few minutes, you're going to learn how you can get away into the warm, bright sunshine state of Florida with me to create content with other tutors. So let's put those excuses to rest right now. The solution lies in the process and the systems that you have developed. And you can find time to create the content if you have a proper content calendar filled out and ready to go. I mean, even the most prolific writers have trouble sitting down with a blank screen on a computer where like all of a sudden there's like nothing there. And when we schedule it, all of a sudden it has more of a priority on our list. So you want to make time to create content. You're allowing yourself to work ahead of schedule. Now, trust me when I say it is a fabulous feeling to know that you've got 3 to 4 weeks of content scheduled and you don't have to write a blog post or create a video over the weekend. A content calendar not only keeps you organized, but allows you to have days off and weeks without worrying that your audience is going to forget about you. All right, so what I want to share with you guys right now are some people who joined me last year. I'm going to share with you the experience that some other tutors had as they kind of went through this process and got out of town to be able to have a fresh look at their business. So let me share my screen with you. I'm going to come back on over here, but we're just going to take a look at the video, and I'm going to share the sound with you guys as well so that you can hear it at parts, because we're going to kind of talk through it as well. All right, so we had gone last year to Cape Coral, Florida, and this year we're going to be going to West Palm Beach. But here is Alexa, as you know, I'm sitting down right next to her. We traveled on our own, and it was really cool just to kind of be able to get out of our regular.
I'm Suzanne Davis, and
our regular areas. And here are the tutors. There were 5 tutors that joined me last year, and here is just an intro to who they are.
I tutor academic writing, and I'm from New York.
Hi, I'm Alexa Imwali. I'm from Maryland, right outside Washington, D.C., and I tutor reading.
Hi, I'm Jean Harville, and I live in Little Rock, Arkansas, and I tutor reading at the elementary level.
I'm Sylvia Stuckey. I tutor elementary reading.
My name is Yvette Temple. I am your empowerment educator and a new member of the Insider Secret Club.
All right, so I got to get this entire house for a couple of days. I invited them, I welcomed them. You know, we started off with, you know, big hugs, and it just felt like we had known each other for absolutely like for years, and they got to choose their own space in the house where they wanted to choose their bedroom. And we got to do lots of things. We got to really like focus on, you know, just enjoy the beautiful aspect of Florida. So here's Alexa, you know, taking a look at the beautiful pool that we have that's on the canal. And you know, we got to do some getting to know you activities, along with really starting to get to brainstorm with each other. And then here we got to just relax and do some exercising. So some of you guys know I'm a jazzercise instructor. And so we actually started off our morning with some jazzercise, and we also had some breakout sessions where we're able to continue to learn about different topics together as well. And there was opportunities for tutors to be able to get together and chat and discuss about their businesses. And I had the wonderful opportunity to be able to work with the tutors one-on-one. I mean, it is, you know, it's a lot different when you get to actually sit down by somebody right next to them and be able to work with them. This is something that can really be helpful because it's like, okay, she can look over, you can see like Suzanne was looking over at my computer and able to figure it out. But we also had time to like play and have fun and just get away from, you know, family, kids, you know, just the regular life that we had, and just really focus on our business and be able to make some forward strides in learning together. My daughter had come with me last year as well, and she helped with the cooking and preparing of meals and all that great stuff. And again, we got to do some relax, and what a great way to be able to get to know other tutors by, just having fun, right? And doing leisurely things. A lot of times we're talking about business.
I worried in the beginning that
So here are their experiences and their own words. This is Sylvia's experience.
the retreat would not be relevant for me because I am just beginning. But Joanne assured me that she was designing it to meet everybody's needs, and once I got here, I figured out she was definitely right. She did design it to meet my needs as well, and I'm very grateful for that.
Working with the other tutors that have come on the retreat and Joanne has been invaluable. I got an hour of help with Joanne yesterday, and she just really helped me to see exactly where I was in my business and where I needed to go next. Keywords is something that's been tripping me up, and I didn't know why, and I finally was able to understand how to use keywords to get found in my business, which is just one example of something really valuable that I got from the retreat.
So when Joanne was telling us about the retreat, I thought I was very intrigued by it because I like the person-to-person. Plus, I wanted to meet the people in person that I had been in groups with, and I wanted to have a deeper connection. And I knew that coming to the retreat, I would be able to ask any question that I wanted to that would be specifically to me, and that I would be able to get the help that I wanted. And it has been absolutely phenomenal. Making friends, even closer now that we know each other in person. And I think it will create a more dynamic relationship there when we're on Zoom or within the Insiders group. I think you should come to the retreat next year. It is phenomenal. The food is absolutely amazing. And Joanne caters to anyone's food issues that they have, and you will feel safe eating whatever that is prepared. It is wonderful. That's the food part. It's just a phenomenal opportunity to just get away, come, have that one-on-one time with Joanne as well as the other tutors as well.
I decided to join this tutoring retreat because I was already in the Insider Secrets group, and I already knew the type of coaching that Joanne offered, but I really wanted to meet everybody who's in the group live and learn from them too. And the coaching one-on-one that Joanne does with us during this retreat is just so fantastic. I think we all came away feeling energized and focused and ready to take our businesses to the next level.
This weekend has been nothing short of amazing. I decided to join this retreat because number one, I live right here in Florida, and this was a great opportunity for me to come and spend time with Joanne and work on my business as well. The location is a few hours away from where I live, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And being that I'm still in the classroom, this was a time for me to step away from the classroom for a few days at the end of the year to relax, to renew, to refresh, and prepare my mind and my schedule for this summer to work really intensely in my business. So this was the perfect venue for me to be able to get away and get focused on my business for the summer. The value that this weekend provided was invaluable. Spending time here with other tutors and Joanne has helped me to gain clarity in what I need to focus on going forward in my business. So if you are thinking about meeting Joanne offline, this retreat is an amazing opportunity for you to have some time with her and some of the other amazing tutors that are in the community.
So that was just the experience that some people had as they had gone through this process. I'm going to close this out so that you guys can see me again. Let's come on over. Where in the world did I go? I disappeared, you guys. Oh, here we go. Yay, found it. Gotta love when those things happen to you. I just wanted to be able to share that with you guys, some of those kinds of experiences that other tutors have had when it came to, being able to connect with one another in a live format like that. So it was an incredible experience for all of us. I know I enjoyed being able to kind of get away. It was amazing because I was there working the event, right? And here I am, I'm getting away. And I remember just like sitting in the ocean and just kind of like, all of a sudden my brain started to think bigger about more different things. Where can I go with my business? What can I do? Content creation ideas that I could be able to bring on into the mix and all of that great stuff. And it was really a lot of fun. So it is absolutely incredible. All right, so I see there's a question here and my thing is in the way. Oh, this is for anybody that is a tutor and is looking to be able to create content. It's even for, teachers that are creating content for some of the other areas inside of their business. It is going to be an incredible, amazing trip that is in West Palm Beach, Florida, and I'll be sharing a little bit more about that with you guys. Oh, Restream says we've had 100 messages today. Woo, woo. Go 100 messages. And those are all from YouTube because my Facebook ones don't even like pop on up. I need to rely on my lovely Beth to share with me sometimes what's going on over there on the Facebook side of things. So very cool stuff. But yeah, like content creation can be one of those things that's just, it's really, really tough. And my goal is to be able to get you guys to have your entire year planned out, because there's nothing more stressful when you start getting more clients in your online tutoring business. You have less and less time to be able to create content, to be able to, share that online. Now, I don't know about you guys, but these days it's so easy to be able to research people online, right? Like you just type in their name, what it is that they do, and you can find out more information about them. And people actually really enjoy that process. But if there's nothing to find out about you, a lot of people will actually see that as a negative thing. Like, oh, like, why is there nothing that I can find on this person? Or they find random information that has nothing to do with you, and then they start going off in different places and they forget who you are altogether. By having content on a consistent basis, you are allowing people to get to know you, like you, and follow you. It is amazing sometimes how long it takes for people to build that trust, and then sometimes how short it takes for people to build that trust. Some people, they want to follow you for years before they're ready to take action. And so being consistent is only going to help you when it comes to be able to creating all of this content. So very cool stuff. I want to know, what questions do you guys have about creating content? I know that Radiant 70 said this is a bit advanced. Are there some more newbie videos on the topic? So when it comes to creating content, you want to start thinking about what are the different types of content people would want, okay? You can start searching for questions that people have on Quora. What are questions people are already asking about your topic for you to get ideas of what kind of content should I create? You're more than welcome to take a look at, I do have lots of videos on here about content creation, and that kind of stuff on this channel. So you're more than welcome to take a look at that. It's Paula. I didn't know where to change that name. I'm not oh, the Radiant 70. Thanks, Paula. Yes, so it is there's lots of content that you can find, but I find that a lot of people will get overwhelmed, and that's why we're specifically going to be holding the retreat, where you'll be able to actually sit down not just with me, but also Sam DiMercurio and Ashley DiMercurio. They're going to be joining me hosting this event and being able to share their wisdom and knowledge with everybody. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share more information about the retreat. So the retreat is going to be, people will arrive on Saturday, June 13th, 2020, West Palm Beach, Florida. And the retreat is going to start on Sunday with breakfast and end Tuesday in the evening with a departure of Wednesday morning. So each day of the conference, we are going to be covering, on the first day, we're going to be brainstorming content with other tutors and start writing and planning your content. Then you'll run ideas past other tutors, see where collaborations can work so that you can all work smarter and not harder. Now, this is that one-on-one kind of help that a lot of people are asking for, but isn't something that they can always, budget for. And you're gonna have 3 full days of tech help, content help, and how do I organize all of this into a plan so that when I leave the retreat, I have this all figured out for the next year. So hopefully you don't have to start thinking about and look at that blank screen and be like, what am I going to create today? Who am I going to talk? Like, what am I going to say to them? I don't know what to say. That's really one of the biggest reasons why people don't create content. They don't know what to say. Well, here, we're going to help you figure out what to say. And we're also going to help you figure out how to say it using your unique story, using your unique communication style. So not every tutor is creating the same content. They're not going to sound exactly the same, and they're going to come out as their authentic, true selves. And I think that's really, really valuable. Now on Monday, we're going to have a photo day. So we're going to be creating content. Creating content means that you got to have images, right? And so we're going to want professional style videos and photos. So you're going to have several photos that you're going to be able to choose from and add to your content when you begin marketing it. And Ashley is going to be specifically sharing how you can use Canva to edit those and be able to add that into your content. She's also going to be sharing with you guys how you can repurpose your content. So how do I go from my live stream to a blog post to posts on my Instagram to posts on my Facebook business page and my email list. She's going to share exactly how she goes through that strategy with her reading tutoring business. And she has it all laid out. It is really, really good. So she's not always having to think about each week. She's not having to think about all this different content she has to create for all of these platforms. She's thinking about, okay, I'm going to take this one piece of content and now I'm going to think of how can I repurpose it usefully into these other places or point people to my content so they can access the whole thing. Using Pinterest is a great tool to be able to do that with. So what do those pins look like? How do I create those pins? All of that stuff is going to be covered. But the coolest part, I think, you guys, is really having that one-on-one help there with other tutors and professionals who have done it. And you're not being guided by people that, it's just something that is theory for them. It's people who are actually using this inside of their business to promote their business. And then you guys, for those of you that struggle with the tech stuff occasionally, Sam is going to be there to support you guys and help you work out any confusions that you have about your email autoresponder, text setup for your videos, your podcast, and so much more. So we're really, really excited. You're going to leave this conference with excitement about your online presence and have a renewed and refreshed perspective about your online tutoring business. You're going to have a content calendar hashed out for the entire year so that you can stop creating content on the weekends and work smarter, not harder. And each day you're going to get group trainings and one-on-one trainings. We're going to be bringing this entire value of this package is well over $1,000. Now, like I mentioned, we have some more tutors that are going to be coming on in here, and they're going to be sharing, what was their experience as they were people that have been here. So I'm super excited. We have Yvette in the house. Woo woo! Hey, Yvette.
Hello.
So glad you are here. She's in her. Is that your office or your classroom?
I'm at school.
She's at school, you guys. She's at school. And I just want to thank you for taking the time on out of your super busy day and being able to come here and just join us and share what was your experience like last year. So what was the experience that you had last year when you came to join us for the event?
I think I was just talking about this the other day, and I said, you know what? I went and I took a chance because I wanted to learn more about just the online marketing aspect of whatever it is that teachers can do. And online tutoring is like our number one go-to. So I'm like, let me go hang out with these ladies and learn some stuff. But it was amazing. It was amazing getting to know all of you. I learned a lot, and you made us dig deep, especially when it came to our vision.
Yeah.
And then it just so happened that right when I did the next conference, you know, I said that I wanted to be on TV and all of that stuff. And the news showed up at the conference. So it was like crazy.
That's right. So you guys, like we had like this dream big activity, right? And I was like, okay, we're going to be dreaming big. We're going to think about, you know, picture yourself in the future. What do you want to see? She said, I want to be on TV. Well, you guys, like, I think it was like 1 month later, right? It was 1 month later. You had your event, and then all of a sudden, you came running on up to me. You're like, Joanne, you're never gonna guess what just happened. I'm like, what? She's like, the news is coming today. The news, they're coming here. I'm gonna be on TV. Like what we had like envisioned and thought about. It's happening
For
now.
like 10 years down the road. That was like a 10-year goal.
Right. And it was happening right then and now. So that is just so cool. That is so cool. Hey Alexa, how's it going?
Hi. Good. How about you? Hi, Yvette.
Hey.
It's like a little
It's like a little reunion. Oh my gosh, Joanne.
I know.
That's crazy.
I hope you come to Palm Beach. I'm going to sneak in. So I can see everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well,
we
were just sharing about like, you know, what was the experience like last year for the retreat, and and this year we're hosting another retreat, and it's actually piggybacking with Yvette's conference that she has. So Yvette has the Teacherpreneur Conference on June 13th. Got to get the dates right. Got to be in the right place at the right time, right? So June 13th, she's having her conference. I'm speaking at the conference, and I have a special bonus today for people. You guys are going to get to hear about it at the end. I'm so excited. I can't wait to share it. But so I was like, oh, well, let me organize it this year right out there in West Palm Beach. Beautiful, beautiful area. I really enjoyed my time last year. So what was your experience like, Alexa, when you had come to the retreat?
Yeah, so I think I told you this when I was there, but I was scared to go. I was like, I've never met any of these people in person. I just know them through online. Like, what is this going to be like? And my mom was the one who saw your video because I showed her, and she was like, nope, you're going. It's like end of discussion. I was like, okay, well, I'll give it a chance and I'll go. And I did. And I'm so, so happy that I did, because it really just helped me, as Yvette was saying, kind of figure out what my vision was for my business. And I remember we were like pretending, you know, as if we had already, or like visualizing, better word, as if we already had the students that we wanted for our business. And at that time I was trying to like get my caseload up, that kind of thing. We were sitting on the beach and pretending or visualizing that we had this life that, you know, was what we wanted in a year from now. And I got a student asking about my services in my inbox. So I was just like, Joanne's like magic. Like this was so worth all of my time and effort and all of that. So yeah, it was great.
And so you guys, so this year, Sam DiMercurio is going to be there, along with Ashley DiMercurio.
I love them.
So, it's kind of like you get three powerhouses like right there to be able to guide you with this whole content creation, because that's the focus of this year's conference is content creation. Because if we want to be able to get found by people from all over the world, we have to stop playing with some of these short-term strategies if you want to get people from all over the world. People will say, well, I hear this all the time, like, well, Joanne, I live in the UK. I can't use tutors.com. But you have access to be able to create content. Like, that's a free strategy. Like, absolutely every person can try and be able to use. So, if we're focusing on like just Wyzant, oh, I live in India, I can't use Wyzant, like whatever the case is, it's like, okay, there are lots of resources and tools that are available to every single tutor out there in the world, and we can access those. So that is our goal, is to be able to give you guys all of the tools, the help, the knowledge, so that you leave and you have your entire years of content all figured out. Pretty awesome, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, Suzanne, you also got to join us last year. And last year, I remember something that you said last year, Suzanne. During that,
Oh, no.
we were visualizing, and she said she wanted to be a well-known a best-selling author, right?
Yes, I did say that.
And who is writing a book right now?
Yes, I am writing a book.
And she is going to be a best-selling author, you guys, because she is creating a book that, this is kind of very similar to something that I had done in the beginning. I wanted to create a book that would set me out as an expert in my field and that I knew what I was talking about. So I created 30 Days to Becoming a Better Reader. So it was like a challenge that parents would go through with their own child to help them become a better reader. And each day they had different activities that they would do as they're reading along in a book with their child, because a lot of parents are like, I just don't know what to do. And so I gave them a step-by-step strategy on what to do so it could help them. And if they got stuck, then they knew who they could call, right? Like, they knew that they could reach out to me, and I gave my information to them. Now, Suzanne is writing a book all about writing a winning scholarship essay. So tell us about the book that you're writing right now.
Oh, I need that.
Well, it is. I was talking through ideas with you. It was after the retreat. The retreat itself was very inspiring, and I did get that mindset and that direction as to what I wanted to do, because committing to writing can be a hard thing, even for me, even though I write all the time, because there is that fear.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea came from a discussion that you and I had. I was talking about, I wanted to write a book. I had a couple different ideas, and that was one of them. And you were so encouraging with it. And so I've been putting together the different pieces for it, but it really walks people through the process step by step of how to write that kind of winning scholarship essay. And so I'm really, really excited about it.
I'm really excited about it too, because you're working with Caitlin, who's my daughter, going in high school. So it's like she gets to be, she gets to be the starter kid, and we get to see how much money can Caitlin get because of the amazing advice that Suzanne gets. Like, this is how these relationships work, you guys. Like, this is incredible, invaluable stuff that you just can't get anywhere else. I mean, it's awesome. I love having Suzanne part of the community. I love having Alexa and that. You guys are absolutely incredible women, and I'm so glad that I have had the opportunity to be able to get to know you guys better. Now, you create also you do a lot of blogging and live streaming, right, Suzanne?
More blogging than live streaming.
Okay.
Because I find with content, one of the things I learned was really to start with what I'm most comfortable. I've tried both. I still do live streaming, but I'm definitely, blogging is more natural to me. And I think when you're starting out, you've got to go with what's natural for you.
I agree. And we started that off today with today's message of look, we need to figure out where are your strengths and start there. But at the same time, not only stick with your strengths and try out some other venues to see, right? Because you hate being on camera, yet you're an amazing live streamer. You do a fantastic job on live stream. She's like, okay, I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty critical of myself. But, I take what I write about and I repurpose it. I mean, that's one of the things that I think the more you get into creating content, if you take an idea and you put it into one format, and then you start to branch out and take that same idea, that same content, and try and deliver it a different way, it works out really well.
Yeah. Now, in fact, you use a lot of live streaming as well with your business. Maybe she got called in somewhere. You never know when somebody's at work. Like what may come on up. I love it. I love it. Oh yes, there we go. We've got Yvette back. Oh, but she's talking to somebody, so you know.
I got kids. I'm sorry.
Hey, I said, hey, this is what happens when we're talking with educators, right? Like you never know who's gonna call them in and need to chat with them.
Kids are knocking at the doors. Just you guys ask me something.
Yeah, so you use a lot of live streaming with being able to get the word out there about your business as well, don't you?
Yes, and I recently started using TikTok. Oh my God.
I saw the other day you getting your jam on.
I've just been having a lot of fun with it right now, but I have grown an audience, which is kind of crazy. But I found a lot of teachers there, and a lot of people do use it for marketing their business. So it's a great platform for getting visibility. I know what you see is a lot of dancing and all that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of other things happening over there.
Yeah.
And I started in January using TikTok, and I have as of yesterday, 20,000 followers. I have never seen anything with happen that fast with that much engagement. I can go live like tonight. I'll go live and just talk with my audience about, getting to know them and more people coming in and what I do. So now that I've built like 20,000 followers, a lot of them are kids at my school, but I have made some connections with teachers. And they have inboxed me and emailed me expressing some interest in, what I do. So there is a space over on TikTok, so don't count it out. But yes, I do a lot of live streaming too.
Well, and here's the thing, you guys. I mean, TikTok is like the new thing, but every kid in America, except for one of my homeschool students, is on TikTok. Like they can't get enough of it. So your ideal client is definitely there if you're working with kids that are in the elementary, and middle school, and high school age range. And
they love teachers.
Level.
They love teachers on TikTok. They
Well, so, wait.
If you get in with
so you ended up getting. We got a little bit of a glitch.
Go ahead.
You ended up getting over 20,000 followers. How long did it take you to get 20,000 followers on TikTok?
56 days.
Whoa. All right, you guys. We're going to be exploring TikTok at this content creation conference. Yeah. So definitely you're going to want to be there and join us.
And that's why I said with your conference, with your retreat, focusing on content creation, videos are like 15 seconds to 60 seconds. You can say, just hit it real powerfully. Be done, have a lot of fun with it. Whatever you're teaching, make it look fun and exciting. Present what you're doing. That's the fun. I call it like the Carnival cruise line of live streaming. That's everything else is so like scripted. You got to have all of this, and you got to have all. It's just fun over there. And that's what people go for. Yeah.
Wow.
It's great. I would definitely include that in your content creation.
Yeah, for sure. I can foresee us doing one of the dances as like all of us together that we could all share on all of our content.
It would be great. It would be great. So yeah, live streaming is definitely. And video is it. So you guys know we're on YouTube.
Absolutely. So you guys, there are definitely bonuses we're including with this. So you aren't going to have to pay for an additional fee for a hotel because you're going to get to stay in the luxurious retreat home with us. This means 24-hour access to 3 amazing coaches for 3 days, which is a value of $800. Another bonus is that all of your food from Sunday to Tuesday is included. So you don't have to think about, what your next meal is going to be or putting aside more funds to be able to pay for it. It is all included. And this is an additional $300 value. And many tutors, they have food preferences. There's going to be options available no matter what your dietary needs are. Gluten-free, vegetarian, no worries. Just let us know. We'll personally design a menu that is going to seriously have your mouth watering. And this brings the total value all the way up to over $2,000. And I'm throwing in another bonus. So bonus number 3 are tools to start thinking about what type of content to create and a step-by-step guide on how to come up with topics so that when you get to the retreat, you can spend your time on creating your content. And this is a $97 value, bringing it to an entire total value of $2,197. But you guys, you're not going to have to pay that. You get all of it for only $600. So it's like practically paying for a hotel to stay in Florida for 3 days and getting everything else for free. Now, I know that some of you guys, you want a payment plan. So I have broken it down into 3 payments of $225 each. And I have a Take Action Fast bonus because the first 3 people that do join us are going to get a free ticket to Yvette's conference the day before called the Teacherpreneur Summit. And you get an extra night to stay with us at the home, which is a total $300 bonus for those first 3 people. Now, I know some of you guys have questions, so we want to make sure that we are able to answer those questions. And Elizabeth is going to put the links on in there if you are ready to join us. So awesome. We had a question from Elizabeth. She said, do you think TikTok will stick around for a while? Like, is it worth getting if I don't have it yet? Or is it a flash in the pan? I definitely, so TikTok is actually an evolutionary tool. So it used to be Musical.ly. And as soon as it turned into TikTok, it began growing even more in popularity. Like Musical.ly was pretty big, but then as soon as it changed its formatting a little bit, it grew even bigger and bigger, and now it's like out of control. So is it here to stay? It doesn't matter. If you're not using it, that's crazy. And
it's free.
It's free, right? So if you're going to be definitely
free.
get familiar with that content, that's where your kids are. That's where your students are.
That's where your students are. And if it does fade out, the way they have this thing set up is you can direct right to your Instagram, your YouTube, your Facebook. You can get them off of TikTok. Sorry, Bill. Over to or Facebook. So where it stays goes, you're driving traffic to another form where they can contact you and stay in touch with you.
Yeah.
It's an amazing tool, whatever they did with it. I'm still learning it, so I love it.
I've really been annoyed by it because my kids are using it so much.
I know.
So it's like
that's the reason I never did Snapchat. I was like, never. You guys are on it, but this is,
Yeah.
And me doing all the dancing is helping me with my physical fitness and my self-care. So.
Well, there you go. Perfect.
It's
awesome.
A workout.
I love it. All right. I'm going to see if I can grab those links for you guys as well to throw on in here. We have, nope, that's not it. I'm going to grab those links. Anything else you guys want to add about, other tutors being able to collaborate together and be able to get together, and even the idea, that whole aspect of just like getting away from your regular 4 walls to be able to work on your business? What are your thoughts about that?
That was huge for me. I have 2 little twins, as everyone probably knows by now, and them running around upstairs, and like they were with the nanny, but I could not, I had a really hard time for a long time concentrating. They just have started at a new school, so I get like quiet in my home. But even within my own office, like it's hard to think of, to work on things by yourself, I think sometimes, because you feel lonely in it. And when you have access to other coaches, you have access to other tutors, you're able to collaborate, you come back with such a renewed sense of energy. And I mean, I just can't tell you how huge that is for your business as an entrepreneur, somebody who's working by themselves primarily.
Yeah. And Catherine's wondering, what are the dates again? They are June 14th to the 16th. So you would be, it's it's June. If you are one of the first ones to join, you also get the extra ticket and the extra night to be able to hang out with us. And you get to come to the conference with me to Yvette's conference. So it is June 14th, 15th, and 16th with departure on the 17th.
And for me, when we did it last year, it was May, so it was at the end of the school year, which is crazy bananas. So it was good, and it was here, so I could just drive right over 3 or 4 hours and be in a relaxed place, learning, meeting new people, networking, and away from the schoolhouse, as I call it, to focus on my business. So it was like a right on time. Oops, sorry. Right on time for me at the end of the year when your energy level and your brain is just fried and you need that pick me up to get you through the end. So I gotta run because my kids are out in the hallway.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for joining us today, Yvette. Enjoy the
Thank
rest
you for
of your
having me.
day.
I can't wait to see you guys this summer.
Woo woo. We can't wait to see you either.
Good to see you,
Take
Yvette.
care. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Yvette. Awesome. And then Elizabeth, if you can throw in the links inside of YouTube as well, that would be awesome. I can't change my screen because as soon as I change my screen, it changes what everybody sees. That's the toughest part about all of this, being able to be everywhere at once and all that great stuff. So yes, it'll be in West Palm Beach, Florida, June 14th to the 16th, and we're just gonna be able to create content together and be just content creation kings and queens. Okay, guys, it's gonna be awesome. So hopefully you guys are able to join us, and we will see all of you soon. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Thanks, Alexa. Thanks, Suzanne. Bye,
Oh, you're
guys.
welcome. Cheers, everyone.
Bye.